Today's news highlights. Time cutoff, 1700 hours. News headline, Huang Xiaoming lost 12 kilograms in 1 month. Slimming vegetable juice formula exposed. Doing 4 exercises on an empty stomach is more effective. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, Health 2.0. News highlights. Huang Xiaoming's methods for successfully losing weight include eating less starch and more high-fiber foods, eating tomatoes containing lycopene, and drinking detoxifying juices. He does fasting exercises every day, including small steps on the spot, jumping jacks, and other movements. Experts caution against long-term partial eclipse or exercise. It is necessary to maintain a balanced diet and moderate exercise to avoid nutritional imbalance. News headline, How to cook chicken. Preserving chicken in this way will prevent it from spoiling. Chicken can promote metabolism and prevent arteriosclerosis. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, Health 2.0. News highlights. Before cooking chicken, remove excess fat with a kitchen knife and fry skin side down slowly to remove fat and make the chicken more delicious. It should be consumed as soon as possible after purchase, preferably the next day. If you need to preserve it, you can boil the chicken and marinate it in salt and olive oil, then divide it into packages and store it. It can be kept fresh for about a month by freezing. There are food safety risks in eating raw chicken, and heating can effectively sterilize it. Always maintain hand hygiene when preparing chicken dishes. News headline, China's J-35 fighter data has been questioned, experts reveal its weaknesses. Release time, March 23, 2024. Data reference, The Epoch Times. News highlights. Recently, it was reported that the parameters of the Chinese aircraft carrier-based J-35, compiled based on public information from the Chinese aviation industry, were circulated on the internet, but the information was suspected to be exaggerated by experts. The move may be aimed at internal incentives and external intimidation, and be used for domestic and international propaganda. The J-35 has a complicated background, and its stealth performance, engine, and avionics system are still questionable, and there is still a gap compared with US military fighters. News headline, Electricity prices drive up commodity prices. Taiwan's General Accounting Office estimates that the annual CPI is expected to rise to 2.03%. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, The Epoch Times. News focus. According to the latest report, the increase in electricity prices will increase CPI by 0.18 percentage points, which will have little impact on the economy. The central bank's interest rate hike will have limited impact on the stock market. TSMC will fully use green power to avoid the impact of rising electricity prices on costs. The Prosperity Forecast Center said Taiwan's economic growth is expected to remain at 3%. In addition, the government plans to assist mass transit companies in saving energy to cope with the possible impact on fares caused by increases in electricity prices. News headline, The UK releases details of the CCP's cyber attacks and imposes sanctions on Chinese companies and people. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, The Epoch Times. News highlights. The UK released details of the cyber attack by Chinese hackers and sanctioned 2 Chinese and an entity. The UK has accused the Chinese Communist Party of hacking into the email accounts of British MPs and affecting Electoral Commission data. The UK stressed that it would not tolerate this behaviour and imposed sanctions on 2 individuals and entities related to the Chinese Communist Party. The United States also imposed sanctions on Chinese hackers and prosecuted 7 hackers. The Chinese embassy in the UK denied the accusation, and the United States offered rewards to relevant companies and individuals. News headline, Is there a master behind the most powerful The Simpsons in history? Release time, March 20, 2024. Data reference, The Epoch Times. News highlights. The Simpsons is known for its many accurate predictions of the future, such as Trump's election, the acquisition of Fox, etc. While some consider it speculation, the production team includes several well-educated writers and professionals whose in-depth knowledge may have provided the basis for the predictions. For example, the Higgs boson was mentioned in the series as early as 1998. This has sparked discussion, with some arguing that the future itself can be predicted. News headline, Huang Rongsun talks about Zhang Zongmu, thank you for finally making that phone call. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, Vision Magazine. News highlights. Huang Zhensun called Taiwan the center of the new industrial revolution at a dinner in Silicon Valley. He thanked TSMC and other Taiwanese companies for their cooperation over the years. He especially praised Taiwan for making Huida the fastest GPU in the world. He called himself Taiwan ambassador and looked forward to working with Taiwan. Enterprises create history together. He recalled the scene when he asked TSMC for help 30 years ago, saying that Taiwan is crucial to Huida's development. Wang's speech highlighted his deep relationship with Taiwan and looked forward to more cooperation in the future. News headline, OpenAI Ultraman is also a shareholder. US version of PTT Reddit's listing creates a sensation. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, Vision Magazine. News focus, Reddit is known as the American version of PTT. It was once regarded as a gathering place for extremists, but it has undergone major reforms in recent years. On its first day of listing on the New York Stock Exchange on March 21, its stock price soared 48%, with a market value of $9.5 billion, attracting many investors. However, Reddit still faces profitability problems and salary disputes. The CEO's compensation has been questioned as being too high, although he has argued that it is tied to performance. Reddit's IPO is seen as an important turning point in the field of social media and is expected to bring more dialogue opportunities, but its future development remains to be seen. News headline, Shipping is no longer a taxable place. Global carbon tax planned to be levied in 2027. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, Vision Magazine. News highlights, the International Maritime Organization, IMO, plans to impose a tax on greenhouse gas emissions from the shipping industry in 2027, making shipping the first sector to be affected by a globally mandated carbon fee. This move may help encourage shipowners to take more environmental protection measures and provide new financial resources to combat climate change. However, the details of the implementation of the carbon fee and its impact on the maritime industry are still unknown. If successful, this will be the world's first global mandatory fee for greenhouse gas emissions, with far-reaching implications. News headline, unexpectedly, Xiaomi also makes cars. The price butcher detonated the automobile industry into the new Warring States period. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, Vision Magazine. News highlights, Xiaomi Motors is about to launch the SU7, which is nicknamed the price butcher and may trigger market shocks with its breakthrough pricing strategy. Xiaomi's involvement in the automotive industry reflects the fierce competition in China's new energy vehicles. Apple has withdrawn from this field, but Xiaomi has made a big move into it. Riding on the success of Xiaomi mobile phones, Xiaomi Motors is expected to release SU7 on March 28, 2024, and has invested huge funds and burned nearly 10 billion yuan. Its pricing will become the focus of the market and is expected to be priced below 200,000 yuan, challenging other new energy models. News title, a collection of wide pants outfit templates for the week. Shirt. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, I am the biggest woman. News highlights, this week's guide to wearing wide pants provides inspiration for every occasion. From knitted sweaters on Monday to shirts and vests on Sunday, there are different styles every day, so you no longer have to worry about your daily outfit choices. Paired with wide trousers, these outfits are both comfortable and stylish for everyday work and leisure activities. Whether you're at the office or out shopping, these looks will show off your personality and fashion sense. News headline, women are invincible if they have these three things. Bingbingla's perfect secret for being beautiful, healthy, and wealthy, easily solves mother-in-law, daughter-in-law and relationship problems. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, I am the biggest woman. News focus, Bingbingla shares the 3 essential advisors for women, investment and financial advisors, nutritionists, and fitness coaches. Investment and financial management are the basis for a stable economy. Learning to invest early can increase wealth. Nutritionists help maintain good health, and eating right affects both outer beauty and mood. Fitness coaches help you stay in shape, increase your confidence and health. Bingbingla realizes that in marriage, being independent and giving each other room to grow is the happiest thing. She suggested that women should not deprive men of the opportunity to contribute to the family, respect and cooperate with each other, and build a happy family together. News headline, cancer-fighting princess rewrites British history. Kate inherits the Queen's temperament and attracts 40 billion in British fashion money annually. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Yipping News Network. News highlight, Kate Middleton, the Crown Princess of the United Kingdom, made a public appearance in the face of cancer with strength and courage, showing her royal style. She comes from a middle-class background and married Prince William after a long-distance relationship. With her fashionable style and balance between inside and outside, she has become the new look of the royal family. Despite facing doubts from the outside world, she responded with resilience and dignity, winning the Queen's trust and becoming a key member of the future British royal family. Kate's influence is not only in the field of fashion, but also as a pillar of the royal family. Her bravery and self-control are amazing. I hope she recovers soon and continues to write a glorious chapter for the royal family. News headline, Japanese actress opens fan club. Taiwan is included in China, Taipei starts singing and it turns out to be a united front. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Yipping News Network. News highlights, Japanese singer Ai Yamamoto announced that she will perform in Taipei in June, but required Taiwanese fans to join the official Chinese fan club in order to purchase tickets first. However, the terms included anti-national separatist words, triggering protests from Taiwanese fans. Fans pointed out that Taiwan is Taiwan and China is China and did not accept the inclusion of Taiwan into China. Yamamoto Ai's move caused dissatisfaction among Taiwanese netizens, who criticized her for disrespecting Taiwan. News headline: Shohei Ohtani finally speaks. Mizuhara Ippei lied to me makes two key claims. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yipping News Network. News highlights: Shohei Ohtani made his first public statement, denying any involvement in sports gambling, and denying that he helped translate Mizuhara Ippei to pay off his gambling debts. He said he was shocked and saddened by Suwon's behavior, stressing that he only learned of his behavior a few days ago. Shohei Ohtani did not take questions and only read out a statement, saying that he would focus on his performance on the court and leave the legal proceedings to his lawyers. News headline: Long Shaehua turns 71 and his beloved daughter recalls a tear-jerking interaction. The car was sold, but you still drive it. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yipping News Network. News highlights: Golden Bell Best Actor Long Shaehua was born, and his daughter Chen Xian posted an IG photo in memory of her father, describing his warm memories of driving his car. She said that after her father passed away, the items in her home were like containers, carrying emotional memories, and lamented that her father's departure was like a long journey and she has not yet returned home. Chen Xian sends birthday wishes and misses her deeply. News headline: Electricity prices increase. 2 pictures to understand in seconds how much my house has increased. Tay Power was criticized for playing word games. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yipping News Network. News highlights: Tay Power announced that electricity prices will increase by an average of 11% starting from April 1, triggering public lamentation. To explain the amount of the price increase, Tay Power produced 2 tables, but was criticized by netizens for playing word games. Taking the electricity bill of 1,000 yuan per period as an example, it will increase by approximately 30 yuan in non-summer months. The electricity bill of 3,000 yuan will increase by approximately 123 yuan, and the electricity bill above 20,000 yuan will increase by approximately 1,691 yuan. Netizens expressed their voices and criticized the huge increase, but some believed that it would have little impact on ordinary families. News headline: Aisha ex-husband was robbed in the Philippines. The gangster hit him on the head with a gun until his face was covered in blood. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yipping News Network. News highlights: Artist Aisha's ex-husband Zhou Mingfu was robbed in the Philippines and beaten on the head with a gun, his face covered in blood. The police suggested that he go to the hospital because there was no property damage. Zhou Mingfu ridiculed, "The Philippines is so tough." Zhou Mingfu and Aisha got married in 2016 and divorced 2 years later. In recent years, he has moved into the film and television industry, and this trip encountered an unexpected incident, which caused concern. News headline: No matter what happens. The 36-year-old top mainland actress was ridiculed for being illiterate because of her 3 typos in 1 week. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment Headlines. News highlights: Recently, Zhao Liying repeatedly made typos when promoting her new drama Hong Kong Phoenix on Weibo, triggering heated discussions among netizens. She once wrote watching instead of watching again, mistakenly wrote master as master, and even missed a word when thanking her fans. Netizens had mixed reviews on this. Some were disappointed and thought she should improve. News headline: Kong Linky's proposal was successful. 2.6 million diamond ring tied to girlfriend, revealing the inside story of a brutal relationship and a shooting. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment Headlines. News highlights: 42-year-old hip-hop singer Kong Linky, the 76th generation grandson of Confucius, successfully proposed to his Malaysian girlfriend Eunice. The good news attracted attention. He spent half a year preparing to propose in Thailand and gifted his girlfriend a 4-carat diamond with an estimated value of $80,000. The two had a long-distance relationship that spanned Los Angeles and Malaysia. From meeting on a social platform to proposing, they experienced a wave of romance and sweetness. Kong Linky admitted that the process of pursuing Eunice was not easy, but he was convinced that she was the most suitable partner. With Eunice, I can be the best version of myself. News headline: Help mainland China unify Taiwan? Japanese actress comes to Taiwan to perform, fans rush for tickets and are surprised to see United Front clause. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment Headlines. News highlights: Ai Yamamoto, a former member of the Japanese girl group NMB48, announced that she will hold a concert in Taiwan in June. However, Taiwanese fans must first join the mainland fan club SIG China to purchase tickets, causing dissatisfaction. The club's terms of membership included norms such as a ban on undermining national unity, sparking protests from fans. Some fans accused Iya Yamamoto of assisting the mainland in unifying Taiwan and demanded respect for Taiwan. Officials have removed the relevant regulations, but fans are still dissatisfied. News headline: Cai Nguyen was criticized and shut down Facebook. Internet celebrity reveals her dark history, I take the initiative to attack every time. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment headlines. News highlights: Actress Cai Nguyen was criticized for bringing her daughter to a show for a performance. She was criticized by netizens after she posted a post about the little s. The parenting internet celebrity broke the news that she had been criticized many times for actively attacking others, and this time she even revealed her past words and deeds. Cai Nguyen's behavior aroused public dissatisfaction, questioning that her behavior was not conducive to positive value. News headline: Wild K Zhendong captured. Photos of grabbing butt while walking in East District go viral, the real person shows up and speaks. Release time: March 25, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment headlines. News highlights: Recently, K Zhendong was photographed by netizens on the street grabbing his butt while walking, which sparked heated discussions. He explained that he was adjusting his clothes and complained that the photos made him look older. K Zhendong, who is usually active in nightlife, was photographed holding hands with Anya in a nightclub, but the latter clarified that they were just friends. News headline: Aisha's ex-husband was beaten with blood on his face. A man was robbed while traveling in the Philippines and his injuries after being shot by a gangster were revealed. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment headlines. News highlights: Former Taiwanese artist Zhang Hao was robbed in the Philippines and was injured while refusing to be held captive. He briefly married Aisha, which aroused public opinion. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs did not receive a report. Zhang Hao said that he had called the police but no record was kept. News headline: Eating slowly is considered body management? IU was warned by the dentist after biting 150 times, and the nutritionist spoke out. Release time: March 25, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment headlines. News highlights: South Korean singer IU revealed in a program that she chews each bite of food 150 times before swallowing it. Dentists warned that chewing like this would be harmful to her teeth. Other celebrities such as Han Shaoxi and Ju Jing-ai also have similar eating habits. Nutritionists recommend chewing each mouthful 20 to 30 times, otherwise it may affect food intake and nutrient absorption. The details of celebrity body management are worth noting, but not every habit is suitable for ordinary people. News headline: Do big things in silence. The 4 zodiac signs are super low-key. You can't tell if you have money, the invisible rich are hiding around you. Release time: March 24, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment headlines. News highlights: Some people are low-key by nature and don't like to show off, but they quietly accumulate wealth. Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Taurus are often seen as invisible rich people. They focus on practical actions, rational consumption, maintaining privacy, and focus on improving personal abilities and investing in the future. Although they have strong financial strength, they will not easily show it to the outside world. Instead, they choose to live a low-key life and enjoy inner happiness and comfort. News headline: A fire broke out at Wisdom's Xian plant in Chunchu and more than 400 people were evacuated. Yang Mingguang was affected and the damaged factory was suspended. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: A fire broke out in the Hsinchu Science Park at 10:25 p.m. on the 25th. The fire started in the Wistron and Yang Mingguang buildings. The cause was suspected to be the burning of the air conditioning equipment on the 6th floor terrace. Wistron stated that there were no casualties, only a small part of production was affected, the losses are yet to be confirmed, and the insurance claim process has been initiated. Yang Mingguang pointed out that the accident occurred due to the rental of Wistron regional air conditioning boxes. There were no casualties and the factory was shut down. The mayor of Hsinchu reminded people to wear masks and close windows. Environmental Protection Bureau monitoring showed that the air quality was slowing down. The fire brigade rescued 112 people, and the ZUP Management Bureau assisted in traffic control. News headline: 200 people in Tainan Anding became rich overnight. 7 80-year-old women with net worth of over 100 million. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: Due to the development of the Nang Special District in Sukyoli, Anding District, Tainan City, real estate prices have soared. Residents who own houses and land have become rich overnight. Among them, 7 grandmothers in their 80s have a net worth of over 100 million, but they still work in the fields. The price of agricultural land has skyrocketed from 7 million yuan per minute to more than 40 million yuan, and the average price of each touting house has increased by 10 million yuan. The local mayor said that about 200 people have become rich, and many people have sold their land in secret. Even though their net worth has soared, most residents still live an ordinary life, saving taxes and transferring assets to benefit future generations. News headline: Zhanghe police made a mistake. After shooting, 1,200 empty bullet casings were left in U-bike storage basket. People were frightened and reported it. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: a citizen in Lingkou, New Taipei City, found 1,200 empty bullet casings in the storage basket while renting a U-bike, and promptly reported it to the police. After investigation, it was found to be missing from the Zhanghe branch and has been returned. The New Taipei City Police Department will give 1 demerit to negligent officers in accordance with the standards and strengthen education and training. Zhanghe branch admitted serious negligence, issued demerits to the police officers, and emphasized strengthening education and training to ensure that such incidents will not happen again. News headline: Adani Shahe was sad and shocked when he talked about the Mizuhara API theft incident. He also made it clear that he had never participated in gambling or payment. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: Los Angeles Dodgers star Shohei Ohtani's official translator Mizuhara API was accused of stealing Ohtani's funds for illegal betting and was fired. Shohei Ohtani held a press conference in the early morning of March 26, Taiwan time, to express shock and explain the incident. Ohtani stressed that he was a victim, denied involvement in gambling, and said he would fully cooperate with the investigation. Suwon API provided a detailed explanation in a previous interview with the media, but Ohtani denied his statement. Ohtani said he would focus on the season and cooperate with the investigation. News headline: Cancer rates among young people are rising. Intensivists reveal 10 major warning signs, persistent fatigue is also included. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: Kate Middleton's illness raises concerns about rising cancer rates among young people. Huang Xian, a critical care specialist, pointed out that the increase in cancer patients under the age of 50 in recent years may be related to bad living habits, environmental pollution, etc. He proposed the 10 major cancer warning signs, including symptoms such as lumps, fever, abnormal bowel movements, and difficulty in urination. It is recommended to seek medical examination early and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Remind people to be alert to physical abnormalities, and early detection of the condition can help with successful treatment. Prevention is better than cure. Maintaining a balanced diet, exercising, and avoiding smoking and excessive drinking are effective ways to reduce the risk of cancer. News headline: There are many concerns about the national lockdown, and this industry is withdrawing from China and moving to India. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: Free Electronic News. News highlights: China has been the first choice for the pharmaceutical industry for nearly 20 years, but Western drug makers have been seeking new partners because of increased perceptions of risks in China. India has emerged as one of the beneficiaries, attracting the attention of Western drug makers. Indian CDMO players such as Syngene and Auragen Life Sciences have seen a surge in interest from Western pharmaceutical companies. Large pharmaceutical companies are also setting up R&D centers in India to take advantage of India's abundant talent and low costs. However, the Indian pharmaceutical industry still has to overcome issues such as insufficient regulation to ensure that drug quality meets Western standards. News headline: Ohtani Shohei personally explained the gambling incident and angrily said, Mizuhara API is all lying. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: Free Electronic News. News highlights: Shohei Ohtani held a press conference today, emphasizing that he knew nothing about gambling-related incidents, and accused former translator API Mizuhara of stealing money to repay debts. He declined to ask questions, saying it would be handled by lawyers. This is his first public response to the gambling incident, emphasizing that the football season will begin and he will cooperate with the investigation. Suwon, who was fired by the Dodgers last week, claimed Ohtani knew about it, but Ohtani denied it, calling Suwon a liar. In today's game, Ohtani served as the second designated hitter, walking and striking out once. News headline: China's steel industry is facing a wave of bankruptcies. An old director of a central enterprise predicts that another steel company will fail. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: Free Electronic News. News highlights: China's economy is in sluggishness and the steel industry is in trouble. Hu Wangming, chairman of Baowu Steel, a central enterprise, pointed out that overcapacity has led to market adjustments and some companies may be eliminated. The wave of bankruptcies among steel companies continues, and Baowu Steel is also affected. Hu Wangming emphasized that it is necessary to improve efficiency and reduce costs in order to survive, and believes that the company's products are in line with the future development direction and must get better. News headline: Man-eating bacteria epidemic breaks out in Japan. National Taiwan University doctor reveals 5 symptoms, 1 infection increases risk of death. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: Free Electronic News. News highlights: the Japanese football team was originally scheduled to travel to North Korea to compete, but it was cancelled due to the type A hemolytic streptococcus crisis. Experts from National Taiwan University Hospital pointed out that this bacterium is easily infected in children, causing symptoms such as inflammation of the flat glands, scarlet fever, and even serious heart disease. Athletes are susceptible to infection and need to pay attention to wound protection. People with diabetes, stroke, and disability are at high risk. Washing hands frequently and wearing a mask can prevent it. News headline: Shohei Ohtani speaks out. Personal explanation of the Suwon theft case timeline: he lied to everyone. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Liaj Daily. News highlights: Shohei Ohtani spoke out for the first time, clarifying that he had never been involved in gambling or authorized transfers. Daegu said he had no knowledge of the Suwon API theft incident, thanked him for his support and emphasized his full cooperation in the investigation. Suwon concealed the truth of the incident, causing serious trouble to the team and Daegu. Daegu accused Suwon of deception and has handed it over to the police. We solemnly stated that we will fully cooperate with the investigation and return to preparations for the football season. News headline: Bamboo Branch Night Fire. Wistron and Yangmingguang were damaged, but fortunately no chemical raw materials were used and no one was injured or injured. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Liaj Daily. News highlights: a fire broke out in the Hsinchu Science Park last night. The fire started at the Wistron and Yangmingguang factories. A total of 464 people were evacuated. Fortunately, no one was injured. The fire burned for 3 hours and no chemical raw materials were stored. Wistron said that only a small part of its production was damaged and that it had purchased fire insurance. Yangmingguang said that the damaged factory was suspended and the recovery schedule was to be confirmed. The park's sewage treatment plant has intercepted water and monitored water quality, and air pollution has returned to normal. News headline: frequently interrupting people and making comments. KG Unming angered 2 general managers at once. Take a look at the negotiations between the government and the opposition. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Liaj Daily. News highlights: a storm of general inquiry broke out in the Legislative Yuan on March 15, and the absence of legislators caused commotion. After hosting the show, Hang Yu announced a break, which caused controversy. Negotiations between the government and the opposition failed to reach a consensus. Huang Qiuakang criticized KG Unming for interfering in his speech, and Fu Kunkai accused K of being emotional. Han Ti's plan to improve the rules of procedure was not signed by the People's Party, and K refuted the accusation. Huang Nu left the table, criticizing K for being disrespectful. Fu called on Kirk to control his words and pay attention to discussions. Han submitted the proposal to the discussion office for further discussion. News headline: 00940 has not yet been listed. Self-Help Association has exceeded 220,000 people. Financial Supervisory Commission will further understand the demands. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Liaj Daily. News highlights: Huang Tianmu, chairman of the Financial Supervisory Commission, expressed concern about the community self-help meeting before the listing of Yuantad Taiwan Value High Interest ETF 00940. Emphasizing that the Financial Supervisory Commission attaches great importance to ETF issuance and investor rights and will pay close attention to the trends of the self-help meeting. Democratic Progressive Party legislator Wu Binggrui is worried that the self-rescue may cause turmoil and calls on the Financial Supervisory Commission to be vigilant, pointing out that past negative oil price incidents should be used as a reference. The Financial Supervisory Commission stated that it will strengthen the supervision of the sales process of the investment trust industry, strengthen the notification of information to investors, and discuss ETF market monitoring measures with relevant institutions. News headline: I found a wallet on the roadside, opened it and it turned out to be Lan Zhenglong. I send a message to thank you. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Liaj Daily. News focus: Lan Zhenglong was recently discovered by the public that his wallet was missing. A female netizen posted a message on the Facebook group I am a Yonghe native and found it and sent it to the police station. Although the name is obscured, the ID photo and surname Lan allow everyone to identify the owner. After thanking netizens for their enthusiastic help, Lan Zhenglong received his wallet back and thanked everyone for their concern. Fans left messages of congratulations and praised Lan Zhenglong for his handsomeness. News headline: This promise has been waiting for 29 years. The league recognizes this magic card. Watch football for free for 1 year. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: FTV News. News highlights: Heavy rain caused fans to chant "We want the Dome" during the 1991 Secondary Vocational College Championship game, which led to today's Taipei Dome. For the winners of the 1995 Dome hunting event, the vouchers can be exchanged for free viewing of secondary vocational games for a year. The Central Vocational College recently fulfilled its promise 29 years ago, recognizing that these VIP passes are valid. Fans have successfully redeemed them, and will provide commemorative gifts. Cai Kikang, president of the Central Vocational and Technical College, also affirmed this commitment. The Dome hunting event has created beautiful memories for many fans, and now it has become a precious piece of history. News headline: The EU has launched an investigation into 6 large companies. Violations can result in fines of up to 10% of global revenue. Release time: March 25, 2024. Information reference: FTV News. News highlights: The European Commission announced that it will launch a 12-month monopoly investigation of 6 large companies. According to the digital market law implemented last year, it will ensure that they do not favor their own products and provide a level playing field. The investigation will focus on the company's digital behavior. If violations are found, the maximum fine can be up to 10% of the company's global revenue. This move is an important step taken by the EU to provide a fairer business environment, and also demonstrates the importance it attaches to the enforcement of digital market laws. News headline: Electricity prices increased in April. Chen Jianren, continue to solve the economic burden of transportation through T-Pass. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: FTV News. News highlights: Transportation Minister Wang Qaki promised that there will be no fare increases for high-speed rail and Taiwan Railway in the first half of the year, and will only be discussed in the second half of the year. Executive President Chen Jianren pointed out that the use of public transportation has increased after the launch of T-Pass, and T-Pass will continue to be used to solve the economic burden of transportation and ensure that the public enjoys comfortable and convenient transportation services. Regarding the impact of rising electricity prices on large transportation power consumers, the government will make detailed adjustments to minimize the impact. News headline: Frontal combo and northeast monsoon combine to blow up Taiwan. Lin Jiakai revealed that 2 areas must be strictly protected from rain. It will slow down at this time. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: FTV News. News highlights: A frontal front and the northeast monsoon swept across Taiwan today, causing brief rains in the northern and eastern half, and cooler temperatures in the north. Lin Jiakai pointed out that the northeasterly wind gradually weakened and the temperature rose on Thursday, but the moisture increased over the weekend, and the rainfall is expected to peak on Sunday. The Central Meteorological Administration also reminded that there are strong winds on the northern coast, Hengchun Peninsula, and other places, and people should pay attention to safety. News headline: Ma Ying-jeou will go to China. Will Ma and Xi be successful? Chen Jianren, we hope to keep in mind the people's expectations for sovereignty. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: FTV News. News highlights: Former President Ma Ying-jeou plans to visit China again, causing concern. Chen Jianren said that the government respected his itinerary and provided security assistance, but called on Ma Ying-jeou to keep in mind the people's expectations for sovereignty, democracy, and the rule of law. Regarding Li Wenzong's remarks, Chen Jianren said that the government will not oppose China whenever it wants, and emphasized the promotion of stable cross-strait exchanges. As for the completion of Taiping Island, Chen Jianren emphasized that Taiping Island belongs to the territory of the Republic of China and the government will continue to maintain regional peace and stability with the international community. News headline: Zhang Wanan choked looking for the contract information. K. Wen's responded, "Don't pretend to be arrogant, he didn't book the 3M rate in 106 years. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: FTV News. News highlights: K. Wen's responded to Zhang Wanan's cancellation of the monitor agreement, questioning its rationality and emphasizing that the details of the agreement need to be carefully verified. K. pointed out that there was no 3M rate at that time, and he suspected that the city government was not transparent. He reiterated that the core of the problem is why use 3M? The consortium colluded with Parliament in the case, and he called for an honest face. K. mentioned that Chang asked him to find out the 106-year agreement, but there was no 3M rate at that time, and said prosecutors should actively deal with it. News headline: Ma Ying-jeou's Heping trip to mainland China. Guo Zhengliang revealed, "I heard there are arrangements for a second meeting with Xi Jinping." Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Times News Network. News highlights: Former President Ma Ying-jeou announced his visit to mainland China in April, which attracted attention. Guo Zhengliang revealed the possibility of holding a second meeting between Ma and Xi, believing that Ma should share his views on cross-strait plans, and called on Taiwan to seize the opportunity of Xi Jinping's term to deal with cross-strait issues, because Xi understands Taiwan. The MMO described the event as a peace journey and the Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council welcomed it. The horse itinerary includes Guangdong, Shaanxi, and Beijing, with a focus on promoting cross-strait exchanges. Guo stressed that if this opportunity is not seized, cross-strait relations may become more complicated in the future. News headline: Huang Qiuaqing yelled at KG Unming, "Why are you interrupting? Leave the scene." Han Kuo's reaction on the spot was amazing. Release time: March 25, 2024. Data reference: China Times News Network. News highlights: negotiations between the government and the opposition in the Legislative Yuan broke out due to issues raised by Huang Qiuaqing. Huang criticized KG Unming for explaining his dissatisfaction, and left the scene after angrily choking K. Han Kuo called for calm, while KG Unming responded with dissatisfaction. The conversation was heated for a while, but Han reminded him to soften his voice and asked K to shut down my. K was dissatisfied with the response and the situation continued to be tense. News headline: Electricity prices impact people's livelihood and economy. Liu Zhihuan asks for orders to freeze MRT medical electricity prices. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Times News Network. News highlights: Taichung Mayor Liu Zhihuan urged the central government to exclude the public transportation system from the increase in electricity prices to reduce the burden on public transportation such as the Taichung MRT. She pays special attention to the electricity needs of medical and disabled institutions, and advocates that the government should consider people's livelihood and ensure that public services are not affected. Zhongzhi stated that it was under heavy operating pressure and called on the central government to understand its situation. Liu Zhihuan also mentioned that the public transportation systems in other cities have also been affected, and the government should consider adjusting policies to avoid fare increases. News headline: Chasing Mizu and building a rest car, he was on the road for 3 days and had a tragedy. The whole audience laughed. Continue next year. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Times News Network. News highlights: Beishaidan Mizu pilgrimage event attracted nearly 200,000 believers. Some car owners specially wrote "Please get in the car" on the car body to provide tired believers with a ride to rest. However, the paint pen he used could not be erased and became the butt of laughter. Netizens left messages of comfort, saying that there was no need to erase it and let the car become a feature. Brother Bama lamented that he bought the wrong pen, which caused a burst of laughter among netizens. News headline: Water vapor is coming. Experts reveal the timing of rain during Qingming Festival. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Times News Network. News focus: meteorological expert Jia Xingxing pointed out that the weather will be relatively stable during the Qingming Festival next week, but there may be significant rainfall at the end of the month, especially from the evening of the 31st to late at night. If the front moves southward, heavy rain may occur during the holidays, and the public should pay attention to weather changes. Jia Xingxing reminded that the weather during the Qingming Festival is unstable and there may be random rain and spraying, and called on the public to pay attention to the weather forecast at any time. News headline: Costco 1 biscuits on sale with simple ingredients she repurchases like crazy. Net, once eaten, she can't go back. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Times News Network. News highlights: Costco launched a special offer on golden cheese cookies, triggering an enthusiastic response from netizens. The original price is 359 yuan, the special price is 284 yuan, and the discount is 75 yuan. Netizens praised its rich cheese aroma, moderate saltiness, and simple ingredients, with only 5 ingredients. It is often regarded as one of the most delicious soda biscuits. Netizens said they would repurchase it regularly and shared how to eat it, mostly for afternoon tea. The product received widespread praise and sparked heated discussions, with many people expressing their intention to buy it at a special price. News headline: Will eating spinach and tofu together cause stones? Nutritionists answer: what you really can't eat in excess is this. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Times News Network. News highlights: Nutritionist Su Yufang pointed out that spinach and tofu can be eaten together safely and are not the cause of kidney stones. Adequate calcium intake will not increase the risk of stones, but will help reduce it. Supplementing calcium, drinking more water, taking in an appropriate amount of plant-based protein, limiting excessive intake of vitamin C, and avoiding heavy flavored foods can help prevent the formation of kidney stones. It is recommended that adults consume 1000 mg of calcium daily, and those over 50 years of age should consume 1200 mg, and maintain a balanced diet. News headline: Chang Wanan is the face of Taiwanese intellectuals. Ko Wen's blasts don't pretend to be arrogant, Chen Kong Wen's meat rice dumplings, if you continue to do it, you'll get nothing. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Sanli News Network. News highlights, Taipei Mayor Chang Wanan initiated the cancellation of the NT $2,200 project rate contract for the police department during Ko Wen's tenure. Ko Wen's responded that there was no 3M rate in 106 years, criticizing the Chang government for stacking lies. People's Party legislator Huang Shanshan pointed out that the 106-year rate record was complete and criticized the Chang government for misleading the public. Ko Wen's denied that he needed to speak up, pointed out that he went to work normally, and denied that he had anything to do with Chen Chongwen. News headline, Navy Sergeant crashed into the sea while driving his mother. Son was slapped in the face after claiming he could not bear the pressure of care, and the reason for his detention was revealed. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Sanli News Network. News highlights, on the 24th, a 36-year-old Huang man from the Navy drove his mother to Nanliao fishing port in Kaohsiung and fell into the sea. Unfortunately, her mother died. The prosecutor accused him of killing his relatives, and the court ordered him to be detained and prohibited from communicating. Huang Nan was rescued at the time of the incident, but his mother was pronounced dead after being sent to the hospital. Huang Nan has served in the Navy for more than 10 years as a non-commissioned officer and lives with his mother. It was initially claimed that the mother was mentally ill, but later there was no relevant record and the motive was questioned. News headline, Doing good deeds anonymously for many years. The shocking inside story of Nina's coffin donation is revealed. The secret of Song Kao's 6-year marriage to a wealthy family. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Sanli News Network. News highlights, bel canto diva Nina and Taiwanese Jewish entrepreneur Schwez Highway jointly established the Jewish-Taiwanese Cultural Exchange Association to build Taiwan's first Jewish temple, investing a lot of money and effort. She donated money to adopt children and donate coffins in the name of others, emphasizing that the money she earned should be used in meaningful ways. The couple rarely have disputes in private. She emphasized that maintaining a marriage requires mature behavior, mutual respect, and love for each other. The Jewish Community Center contains rich cultural relics. Nina did not disclose the specific cost, but said that these cultural relics are priceless. News headline, received 23.2 billion for giving birth to 4 children. Her boyfriend broke into financial crisis and disappeared. Wu Pace appeared unexpectedly, shocking recent news revealed. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Sanli News Network. News highlights, Pace Wu once gave birth to 4 children with her boyfriend Ji Xiaobo, a billionaire businessman, but they have no names. Ji Xiaobo disappeared after the financial crisis, and it was rumored that he was involved in casinos and debt collection. Ji Xiaobo was designated as the leader of the evil gang, and his aunt was imprisoned. Pace Wu has kept a low profile in recent years and rarely appeared at the Soda Green concert in Hong Kong. She attended with her daughter. She looked good and was in good condition while listening to music with her daughter. News headline, soaked feet in dry ice for 19 hours and suffered amputation. An insurance fraud case that shocked Taiwan revealed the inside story of how a classmate set up a trap. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Sanli News Network. News highlights, the Criminal Bureau revealed an insurance fraud case. A young man soaked in dry ice for 19 hours, resulting in frostbite and amputation. He then applied for a claim of more than 40 million yuan from the insurance company. After investigation, the police discovered that the suspect purchased dry ice to use in the crime, tied up the victim, and videotaped the entire process to collect evidence. The mastermind was a classmate, who used debt pressure to force the victim to fake bail. The suspects were arrested, one was released and the other was taken into custody. News headline, Kobayashi Pharmaceuticals' red yeast health food has been eaten for 3 consecutive years. One person is suspected to have died of kidney disease. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Sanli News Network. News highlights, the major Japanese manufacturer Kobayashi Pharmaceutical has announced the recall of 3 of its related products because nutritional supplements containing red yeast rice may cause kidney disease. Currently, 26 people have been hospitalized after taking this product, 2 of whom required kidney dialysis, and another consumer died after taking it for nearly 3 years. The cause of death and the causal relationship between the product and the product are still under investigation. Kobayashi Pharmaceutical stated that it would actively confirm the connection between the deceased and the product, and expressed its deep apology and condolences. News headline, the front is coming. The rain area with a 7 degrees Celsius drop in the north and east expands. There will be another wave weekend weather exposure. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, TVBS News Network. News highlights, affected by the front and the northeast monsoon, the northern and eastern half of the country will become cooler today, with brief showers. The front continues to move south, and the rain in the north will slow down in the second half of the day. It will be cloudy to sunny in the central and southern parts, and there will be some brief showers in the mountainous areas in the afternoon. Affected by the northeast monsoon tomorrow, the north and northeast will be cooler in the morning and evening. There will be local brief showers in the eastern half, and it will be cloudy to sunny in other areas. There will be fog or low clouds in Kinmen, Matsu, Penghu, and the western half of the area this morning. Please pay attention to the wind in the sea. The weather will become unsettled over the weekend, with localized brief showers likely to increase. News headline: China Trust donates 100 million to support students. This school decided to change its name. The new school will be called CITIC University. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: TVBS News Network. News highlights: China Trust Commercial Bank announced a donation of $100 million to Far Eastern University of Science and Technology. Far Eastern University of Science and Technology immediately held a board meeting and approved the change of name to CITIC University of Science and Technology and will submit an application to the Ministry of Education. The school stated that this donation will promote the school to become a model technical and vocational university, provide students with a better educational environment, and strengthen cooperation with industry. It plans to recruit students next year and rename the department, including establishing the School of Semiconductor Engineering and the School of Health Management. This move is also in response to the government's Great Southern Plan to strengthen the integration and development of educational resources in Tainan. News headline: Han Kuo-yu wins a big victory in the Legislative Yuan. He exclaimed, "Zhou Wanlei got this thing right." Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: TVBS News Network. News highlights: Han Kuo-yu announced the adjournment of the Green Committee meeting due to his absence, causing protests from the Democratic Progressive Party. Yesterday, a consultation between the government and the opposition was held. Huang Qiuqing of the People's Party raised a question, but Ke Jianming of the Democratic Progressive Party interrupted, which angered Huang. Shen Fucheng praised Han Kuo-yu's complete victory, saying that he and Legislative Yuan Secretary General Zhou Wanlei treated the Legislative Yuan as an aquarium, subjecting the behavior of members to supervision. He criticized the poor performance of the new members of the KMT, likening it to octopus syndrome, but affirmed the cooperation of Han Kuo-yu and Zhou Wanlei. News headline: Shu was tragically killed by roadkill and there are less than 1,000 left in Taiwan. Car dealers' navigation marks dangerous road sections. Release time: March 17, 2024. Data reference: TVBS News Network. News highlight: the stone tiger rescued by conservation staff was injured by a trap on its foot and is in a weak condition. People on the road were notified when they discovered the incident, ambulances were dispatched, and businesses provided support. The stone tiger's chance of survival depends on rescue and treatment, and it may be released back into the wild after recovery. The importance of stone tiger conservation lies in its ecological role, but threats such as roadkill are constant. The car navigation system integrates the location of animals to remind the driver, and farmers use friendly farming methods to protect them. National participation in ecological conservation lays the foundation for sustainable development. News headline: more than 220,000 winning invoices issued. 3 people from Chuanlian won the first prize and received a cool $200,000. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: TVBS News Network. News highlights: in the unified invoice for January and February of 2013, one group will be awarded for the special prize of 10 million yuan and the special prize of 2 million yuan. There will be 3 groups for the first prize to the 6th prize. The whole association did not win the special prize or the special prize, but 3 jackpots of $200,000 were announced. 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and Larif offer special prizes and special prizes respectively. With the minimum consumption amount, lucky winners will be born in Tainan, Kaohsiung, Taipei, and other places. A total of more than 220,000 prizes were awarded in this issue, reminding the public that the opportunity may be at hand. News headline: urgently calling a friend to meet, the Kangxi actress disappeared for 12 years and now looks like this. Release time: March 25, 2024. Data reference: United News Network. News highlights: showbiz actress Yang Qi has been away from depression for 12 years and used sleeping pills to suppress her emotions. Family and friends formed a safety net to guard her in shifts every day for fear of her committing suicide. During her healing journey, she created a talk show about depression, hoping to impress fellow patients. After the outbreak, the outside world's fear of the virus made her feel understood and improved. After turning 50, she hopes to return to work and participate in programs to share her experience of depression and provide reflection for society. News headline: the statement uses the word lying for the 6th time. Otani is so sad, it's beyond description of shock. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: United News Network. News highlights: Ohtani Shohei responded to the gambling incident for the first time, emphasizing that he had been deceived and repeatedly accused of lies. He was shocked at being taken advantage of, but did not take questions from reporters, sparking media skepticism. Suwon Ipi is suspected of using Datani's account for gambling, but the details have not yet been clarified. Ohtani said he could not provide further details because the investigation is ongoing, but the experience of the past week has been excruciating. News headline: Netizens are curious about what's so good about tea magic hands. Experts recommend, 2 models are the strongest signatures. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, United News Network. News highlights: netizens have mixed reviews about tea's magic hand. Some people think it feels ordinary after drinking it, not even as good as supermarket tea. However, some people recommend 2 drinks, Hawthorn Oolong and King Miking, which they think are tea's magic hand. Signboard. Some netizens believe that to enjoy the special features of tea no magic hand, you need to choose authentic Tainan flavors, such as green plum green with double sugar, in order to experience its charm. Overall, reviews of the taste of tea no magic hand vary from person to person. News headline: the 9-digit high dividend ETF has the strongest tracking index growth, rising 36.92% in less than half a year. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Economic Daily. News highlights: the newly listed Uni-President Taiwan High Interest Momentum ETF, 00939, has performed strongly in the past 5 months, with an index return of 36.92%, which is better than the weighted index of 25.64%. Although the Taiwan stock market has been volatile recently, the high dividend ETF market has attracted a large number of investors. Experts suggest that investors should remain patient, choose high dividend ETFs as the core of long-term investment, and make DIPs when the market fluctuates. Stock deposit experts also remind you to seize the opportunity to enter the market now and increase the number of accumulated shares to welcome this year's X-Rights dividend season. News headline: Bitcoin price surged, related concept stocks surged, this stock hit the daily limit during the session. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Economic Daily. News highlights: Bitcoin returned to $70,000 this week, and Taiwanese Bitcoin concept stocks benefited. Lead Tech, 2,465, climbed to the daily limit during the session, and other related stocks also rose. Despite outflows from the US Bitcoin ETF, the market remains strong, showing investors were actively buying at the lows. Taiwan stocks hit a record high in early trading today, but subsequently fell due to selling pressure. Bitcoin concept stocks continued to rise, with Lead Tech, Kingyun, etc. performing outstandingly. News headline: before TSMC came, young people rushed in first. CPIC accounted for more than 50% of home purchases. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Economic Daily. News highlights: TSMC has entered Taipei City, driving an increase in young home buyers. In the past 5 years, there has been an increase in the number of home buyers aged between 20 and 30 years old, with young people experiencing the largest increase, indicating that more and more young people are purchasing property in Chi. Although Chi has a negative population growth, it has seen an increase in construction projects, such as the South Campus of the National Palace Museum and the Evergreen Garden Hotel, attracting art and cultural tourism crowds. TSMC's planned location to set up factories will attract scientific and technological talents, and together with GA's construction, it is expected to drive the development of the local economy and housing market. News headline: Repeat offender. At the CNR MRT exit, a weird man sprayed pepper spray and caused panic. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, China Television News. News highlights: a man sprayed pepper spray on the Taipei MRT as a prank, causing a high school student to cough and cry while filling out a questionnaire. The suspect has committed crimes on the Bannan line before, and sprayed at the station exit yesterday for about half an hour each time. The police have launched an investigation. People are worried about the harm caused by pepper spray and call for more precautions to avoid innocent victims. News headline: is Taiwan's money flooded? Supercar sales skyrocket, Ferrari sales double in 4 years. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, China Television News. News highlights: Taiwan's supercar market is booming. Ferrari sales have doubled in the past 4 years. 70% of entrepreneurs have become entrepreneurs, surpassing China and Hong Kong. Experts point out that those who are getting rich from the chip boom are also among them. McLaren has also customized limited editions for Taiwanese players, such as the Taiwan Limited Retro Racing Special Edition McLaren GT. Limited edition supercars need to pass the review conditions to become super VIPs. Players pursue uniqueness. Taiwan's supercar market is growing steadily, and cars have become investment targets, demonstrating the strength of players and market vitality. News headline: Wu Zongxian's business class embarrassing scene. Only after getting off the plane did I find out who the male fan was. Fortunately, I made the effort to chat with him. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Edaday News Cloud. News highlights: Wu Zongxian often caught up on his sleep on the plane. Once he was talked to by someone else, so he cheered up and chatted with the other person. Later he learned that the other person was the retired president of a certain group. When I was surprised, I found that my friend came to pick me up. It turned out that the other person had an extraordinary identity. Wu Zongxian revealed that the other party was flying for business, but the destination was kept secret, otherwise the other party's identity would be exposed. News headline: Yu Sheng's reason for posting bail revealed. Pleaded guilty in court, no need for detention and ordered bail of RMB 80,000. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Edaday News Cloud. News highlights: Artist Yu Sheng, Wang Yuzheng, was accused of molesting a female acquaintance in 2016. After the court session today, he was ordered to post bail of NT $80,000. The judge believed that Yu Sheng had confessed to the crime, and although there was a risk of colluding with witnesses, the case had been concluded and there was no need to detain him. Yu Sheng is restricted from contact with the woman involved in the case. Violators will be punished by law. News headline: After 40 days of marriage, my husband was squeezed out for money and forced to death. Shocking ex-wife's biography has pleaded guilty and may serve more than 10 years in prison. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Edaday News Cloud. News highlights: In 2017, WePhone founder Su Xiongmao jumped from a building and died. His suicide note accused his ex-wife Xi Xingxin of extorting 10 million yuan in real estate, leading to suicide in despair. In 2018, the Su family filed a civil lawsuit demanding that Xi return the gifts and cash. The 2023 court hearing pointed out that Xi used coercion in the divorce and needed to return 6.6 million yuan in real estate. In May 2023, Xi withdrew the appeal and repaid 6.6 million yuan. In June, Xi was arrested by Haitian police on charges of extortion. On March 25, Xi pleaded guilty and accepted punishment, and may face more than 10 years in prison. The case is pending further trial. News headline: Countdown to electricity price increase. When he buys barbecued pork, the boss says he can't keep the cost down. The gourmet is helpless, the basic model costs 120. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Zhongtian News. News highlights: In April this year, electricity prices increased by about 11%, causing public dissatisfaction. A netizen was helpless when he heard the owner of a barbecue shop say that the price might rise by 5 to 10 yuan due to cost pressure. Netizens are worried that the price increase will affect the cost of living, reflecting the problem of rising prices. Many netizens shared similar experiences and agreed that rising prices have become a trend. News headline: Live a life of wealth and honor. The 3 zodiac signs spend money like water but get richer and richer, earning a lot of passive income. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Zhongtian News. News highlights: Although people born under the zodiac sign Gemini, Leo, and Aries spend money lavishly, they are never short of money to spend. They are born rich and noble. Gemini likes to challenge new things and is good at investment and financial management. Leo loves face and does not hesitate to pursue high-end enjoyment, and is smart and can make money. Aries buys things they like impulsively, wastes money but has strong financial luck, can retire in middle age and live a worry-free life in his later years. News headline: Drink coffee to refresh yourself. Supermarket American buy one get one free extra rich latte second cup 10 yuan. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Zhongtian News. News highlights: Major supermarkets have launched coffee-related discounts, allowing coffee lovers to enjoy a little blessing. OKmart takes the high-speed rail and buys a ticket, and you can enjoy a buy one get one free Manor Grade Americano coffee. 7 to 11 offers a 40% discount on the second cup of Four Seasons Spring Green Tea / English Black Tea. The second cup of Lilefoot Espresso Series is 10 yuan, and there are special deals available. These offers allow you to enjoy a delicious cup of coffee to refresh your mind during a busy day. News headline: NBA is also rumored to be involved in gambling. MPJ's brother was investigated by the league for illegal signing and betting, and his usual tactics exposed. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Zhongtian News. News highlights: NBA Raptors player Honte Porter is suspected of illegally participating in sports gambling, triggering a league investigation. The betting market showed his numbers, but he left the game early, raising concerns among punters. The league will launch an investigation and violators will be subject to penalties such as fines, suspensions or contract termination. Although Porter is a two-way contract player, he has become the target of betting, causing shock and concern from the outside world. News headline, Tom Sui man blocks road with machete. The knight scolded the three-character sutra and turned around. The police took action. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Dongsan News. News highlights, on the morning of the 25th in Tom Sui, a male knight was threatened by a naked man holding a machete on the road, and then left. The police have identified the knife-wielding man named Zhang. He has multiple criminal records and behaves strangely. The police visited Mr. Zhang's residence in the evening, but there was no one there. The case may involve the crime of intimidating the public. The police will contact relevant units to find out whether Zhang Nan is listed as a mental patient. The reason for holding the knife is yet to be further investigated. News headline, my beloved wife loses contact when I work overtime. The truth about being super green is revealed on the eve of the wedding banquet, the husband collapses. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Dongsan News. News highlights, after Arjun and Xylee got married, they found out that they had cheated on each other with Arang, a subordinate of their company, and they sued for NT $800,000 in compensation. The court ruled that Xylee and Arang had many trysts and publicly held hands, which caused a breakdown in trust and the two parties agreed to divorce. Arang argued that he did not know Xylee was married, but the court found that he knew about it. In view of the financial status of both parties and the fact that 300,000 yuan in compensation has been paid, Arang was sentenced to 150,000 yuan in compensation. News title, 00940 net worth breaks. Investors can't stand it. Expert, a dividend of 0.07 yuan is considered a passing standard. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Dongsan News. News highlights, the net value of ETF 00940 fell below 10 yuan, causing investors to worry. Wang Zonglin of Super Horse Guava reminded long-term investors that there is no need to panic, emphasizing that the focus is on the monthly dividend amount, which is qualified if it reaches 0.07 yuan. 00940 and 00939 attracted more than 225 billion yuan in funds, attracting market attention. The Financial Supervisory Commission responded to the Self-Help Association's appeal, and legislator Wu Binggrui called for vigilance against possible trouble. Wang Zonglin pointed out that investors should pay attention to the first dividend amount in July. If it reaches 0.085 yuan, it is equivalent to the dividend yield of other high-interest ETFs. If the stock price falls below 10 yuan, it is still worth considering entering the market. News headline, Beishaitan Mizzou is popular in Taiwan. Beigong residents shouted angrily, it has become a smoky mess. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Dongsan News. News highlights, Mizzou's incense pilgrimage at Gongtian Temple in Beishaitan, Miaoli County caused garbage piles and traffic chaos. Beigong residents complained on social platforms. The influx of 200,000 people brought a lot of garbage, and the streets were piled up. The ban on throwing garbage triangles was ineffective. Illegal parking caused traffic congestion, and some participants behaved inappropriately, causing public dissatisfaction. Some netizens called on senior incense burners to be disciplined in picking up garbage, criticizing their lack of moral integrity. This incident has aroused social concern, calling on event participants to remain ethical. News headline, Mi Kabai is suspected of being pregnant. She weighs nearly 60 kilograms and appears in Lugong. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Eat a Day Starlight Cloud. News highlights, 37-year-old Mi Kabai was recently found with edema on her face in front of her hometown bakery in Lukang, sparking speculation that she might be pregnant. The manager denied the pregnancy rumors and explained that Mi Kabai has indeed gained some weight recently, but it is not pregnancy. Mi Kabai himself also shared his weight and body changes on Facebook, emphasizing that he likes the way he looks. She recently participated in the filming of the drama Chasing Success. Since she had fewer roles, she returned to Lukang and was photographed in a different side from the sexy image on Facebook. News headline, the inside story of Wang Xiaofei's private threats to Big S is exposed. Forced to exchange debt for security, the lawyer became angry and took action. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Eat a Day Starlight Cloud. News highlights, last week, this publication broke the news that Wang Xiaofei owed Big S $70 million in alimony and hundreds of millions of dollars in loans. She even used funds from a joint account and refused to remove Big S as the guarantor of the lease at S Hotel. Wang Xiaofei did not respond directly to the accusation and only posted the winning article on Weibo. Big S and Wang Xiaofei have kept a low profile since their divorce, but years of tolerance have led to a reversal of the situation. Wang Xiaofei wanted to withdraw her bail in exchange for debt relief, but her lawyer prohibited her from reaching a private agreement. Emotionally unstable, he once started a drunken live broadcast to cause trouble, getting angry at Big S and Douyin founder Zhang Yiming. News headline, Presidential Inauguration Commemorative Gold Coins soar to new highs. 3 Golden Cold Knowledge to help you decipher it. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Vision Magazine. News focus, Gold Trivia 1. The denomination on the gold coin does not represent the actual value, but is only a currency symbol and has no direct relationship with the gold price. The denomination of commemorative gold coins issued by many countries is related to the weight. For example, the British Britannia gold coin has a denomination of 100 pounds and represents 1 ounce. Gold Trivia 2. The gold trading place in Taiwan is called Yinlu. It originated from the early days when gold was controlled and could not be traded freely. Since ancient China's monetary system was dominated by silver, the name of Yinlu came from this. Gold Trivia 3. When buying gold bars or gold nuggets, the brand is mostly a guarantee of reputation, but it does not affect its value. What is important is the purity and weight of the gold. Well-known brands are certified and have higher liquidity and are easier to cash out. News headline, What are SDGs? What are the cases in Taiwan? Understand the 17 Sustainable Development Goals at once. Release time, March 25, 2024. Data reference, Vision Magazine. News focus, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, aim to solve global environmental, economic, and social problems, including 17 goals such as poverty, hunger, and climate change. Countries are working hard to implement these measures, such as improving living standards, improving education, and promoting gender equality. In Taiwan, urban sustainability is regarded as the key to competitiveness, and local governments actively implement SDGs, including improving the environment, social welfare, and governance efficiency. However, there are still challenges to achieve the SDGs, such as the widening gap between the global rich and the poor, and it remains to be seen whether the 2030 goal will be achieved. News headline, Cheese housing market has doubled in 4 years. TSMC's Cowo's factory is here, will it dance upon hearing the news again? Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Vision Magazine. News highlights, TSMC has set up an advanced packaging plant in Chi, which is expected to be mass-produced in 2028 and will create employment opportunities for 3,000 to 4,000 engineers. This move has made Chi's real estate market boom again after major construction projects such as the Machuhao Industrial Park. House prices have soared astonishingly, with an increase of 113.16% in the past 4 years. The price per square meter of new pre-sale buildings has exceeded 300,000 yuan. Not only Chi, but also TSMC's trend of building factories has attracted attention around the world, including its plans in Kumamoto Prefecture, Japan. This move not only attracted the attention of the government, but also stimulated heated discussions among the public, and even affected the display of local bookstores. News headline, Huida AI's dominance is hard to shake. How do technology giants such as Google and Intel respond? Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Vision Magazine. News highlight, the UXL Foundation, formed by technology giants, aims to develop open-source software tools to challenge Huida's monopoly in the AI market. This move will bring software alternatives, reduce dependence on Huida's CUDA platform, and enable developers to run code on different chips. This move will accelerate competition in the AI market. Huida is open to this and believes that the development of the overall ecosystem will promote the advancement of AI technology. At the same time, Microsoft's cooperation with AMD also shows that other companies are seeking to provide alternatives and break Huida's monopoly in the AI chip market. News headline, Can the impact of declining birth rate be saved? Far East University of Science and Technology received a donation of 100 million and changed its name to CITIC University of Science and Technology. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Vision Magazine. News highlight, after China Trust and Commercial Bank donated 100 million yuan to Far Eastern University of Science and Technology, the school will be renamed CITIC University of Science and Technology. Principal Zheng Qin said that this move will improve the quality of education, deepen industrial cooperation, cultivate talents with practical skills and innovative thinking, and cooperate with the government's Southern Plan to promote the integrated development of education in Tainan. It is expected that the School of Engineering will be renamed the School of Semiconductor Engineering, and the School of Management and Hospitality will be merged into the School of Health Management. Donations are expected to have a positive impact on school operations. News headline, How did the originally popular girl learn to make unsavory decisions when she was promoted to supervisor? Release time, February 22, 2024. Data reference, Vision Magazine. News highlight, Reverse Desire is an emotional repair tool that empowers leaders to face decisions that make others unhappy. Through this tool, leaders learn to embrace pain as an opportunity to grow rather than avoid it. This shift not only changes mindsets, it encourages action, helping leaders manage pain and gain greater self-confidence. This method can be applied in various situations to improve leaders' decision-making ability and influence when facing challenges. News headline: Man died of suspected food poisoning after eating kwai tiao. 40 people also ate that day. The operator was closed for 2 days and responded. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: A food poisoning incident occurred at the Bailin Tea House in the Far East Department Store in Xinyi District, Taipei City. One man was sent to the hospital due to symptoms and unfortunately died, while the other had mild symptoms. The operator stated that the food was vegetarian and there were no abnormalities. The Health Bureau emphasized that food poisoning cases are rare and may not be fatal, pending confirmation of test results. An investigation has been launched and relevant sampling has been carried out. After the incident, many customers reported no symptoms while dining. News headline: Giant water ants flying in swarms. Zhengmingdian, thunderstorm season is approaching. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: Last night, a large number of large water ants appeared on the streets of Kaohsiung flying around lights, causing public uneasiness. The clinic staff dispersed with broomsticks, and the night cried out in horror. Meteorological expert Zheng Mingdian warned that the thunderstorm season is approaching. Phytomedicine experts recommend avoiding nighttime lights to reduce water ant gatherings. The Meteorological Bureau pointed out that hot and humid airflow is the main cause. There may be brief rain in the north today, while the weather will be cloudy in the south. The public should pay attention to weather changes and avoid contact with giant water ants. News headline: How do Taiwanese use chips to get rich? Ferrari sales double in 4 years. CEO, demand surpasses China and Hong Kong. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: According to the Financial Times, the wealth of Taiwanese chip entrepreneurs has increased and the global supply chain has shifted to Taiwan, causing Ferrari sales in Taiwan to double in the past 4 years. Taiwan's per capita wealth ranks 5th in the world, mainly due to the development of the chip industry and the reshoring of companies. Ferrari CEO pointed out that consumer demand in Taiwan is growing rapidly, surpassing that of China. Ferrari dealers in Taiwan said that market sales have increased by 30% annually in the past 4 years, and 70% to 80% of buyers are entrepreneurs. News headline: Su Nailan's family portrait exposed. The stewardess wife dressed up coolly and became the center of attention. Her son Su Ziniang praised, "I have never seen such a handsome 60-year-old mother." Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: Senior entertainment host Su Nailan's family photos were exposed, and his wife Wang Jialian became the focus. Her cool and handsome image was praised and she was called handsome than Nige. After the son shared the photo, friends in the industry and netizens praised the family for their good looks. Su Nailan is known as a family devil, and his wife adheres to his principles. He also gave up drama work and turned to hosting. He values family life and has traveled to Taiwan and Canada to show his tender side. News headline: What is Project Red Ball? Check out the Tainan Red Ball project date, location, and souvenir information at once. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yahoo News. News highlights: The Red Ball project is about to launch in Tainan. This traveling public art project initiated by American artist Kurt Boschke will use giant red balls to shuttle throughout the city to create humorous and interesting landscapes. Exhibited in more than 40 cities around the world. The Tainan exhibition runs from March 29 to April 7 and moves to different locations every day. Citizens can receive Tainan's special red ball badges at specific exhibition points. For more information, please follow the official social media of Red Ball Tainan. Don't miss this unique art experience. News headline: While going to Beishaten for incense, I happened to meet the eternal God and all of his friendly actions were photographed. He shouted, "It's worth it." Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yiping News Network. News highlights: After the Mizu incense ceremony in Beishaten, people were surprised to meet Wang Shixian and shouted excitedly, "It was worth it." Wang Shixian waved cordially, triggering a riot among netizens, who all praised the male god is so handsome. Other people also shared that they met celebrities such as Ma Kuabi and Sister Mei Xiu during the pilgrimage. The event attracted large crowds and became a hot topic. News headline: Something happened to a work-study student? Hippopotamus turns into floating corpse while lying in water. Zoo reveals the truth, it scares tourists to death. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yiping News Network. News highlights: Kaohsiung Shaoshan Zoo hippopotamus Xiangxiang was found completely submerged in water, causing netizens to worry that he was actually holding back bubble soup. The zoo explained that hippos often behave this way after their weekly cleaning. Xiangxiang wants to soak in water and lie on her side to wet her whole body, but because she can hold her breath, she often scares tourists. Hippos are social animals and like to dive in the water for 4 to 5 minutes. They are one of the dangerous animals in Africa. They are huge and aggressive. Xiangxiang's behavior was jokingly called hippopotamus and jellyfish drifting, and the zoo humorously stated that the work-study student fell asleep. News headline: The moment the bridge collapsed. The Baltimore Bridge in the United States was hit by a freighter and people and cars fell into the water. Search and rescue operations are underway. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Yipping News Network. News highlights: A bridge in Baltimore, Maryland, USA broke apart after being hit by a freighter this morning. Surveillance footage captured the moment the bridge collapsed and the vehicle fell into the Patapsco River. The number of casualties is currently unknown, and rescue operations are underway. Mayor Scott said emergency personnel have rushed to the scene. News headline: Chen Jianing sued his mentor and was sued for false accusations. F.I.R. Fei appeared in court in the North Court. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment Headlines. News highlights: Fei, real name, Zhan Wenting, the former lead singer of F.I.R. Fei band, accused keyboard player Ian, real name, Chen Jianing, of forging her signature to sign a contract with Huayan Company. However, Chen Jianing was not prosecuted in the end, while Zhan Wenting was accused of false accusation. Today, the Taipei District Court held another court hearing. Fei appeared wearing a black hat and did not respond to media inquiries. The case began in 2019. The prosecution accused Ms. Zhan of making a false accusation. She insisted that she did not sign the guarantee. The lawyer emphasized that the handwriting identification was correct and called on the judge to consider Ms. Zhan's attitude since the crime. News headline: Su Heng owes 200 million and screams "I'm done." Mother appeared in Beishaitan to offer incense and unexpectedly revealed her current situation. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment Headlines. News highlights: 57-year-old actor Su Heng, who has performed in many well-known dramas and won the Golden Bell Award, was declared bankrupt due to investment failure, and his life was once in trouble. Recently, I participated in the Mizu pilgrimage in Beishaitan. I shared photos of the event and expressed my feelings of shock, emotion, and admiration, showing a positive attitude. Although he faces pressure in life, he expressed his willingness to do his best to find a job and thanked netizens for their encouragement. Although he considers himself dated, he has not given up on his dream of acting and said that he will work hard to continue. News headline: Melody's divorce lawsuit breaks out. Accused of not paying back 21 million yuan helplessly reveals his heart. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment Headlines. News highlights: Actress Melody, Yan Yu, and Wu Yuqi are involved in a divorce lawsuit, and it was even revealed that they were sued outside the case by their financial sponsor. Melody said at the event that everything will be handled by lawyers, hoping that it will not affect her life and maintain confidence in the legal process. When asked about the performance of her ex-husband and ex-boyfriend Tao Zhet, she responded with humor, expressing her calmness and maturity about life. News headline: Approaching death. Senior celebrity speaker suffered severe pain and convulsions and was suddenly rushed to the emergency room at night, relying on intravenous drip to maintain his condition. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment Headlines. News focus: Medical and food reporter Wang Ruling suffers from lupus erythematosus. She recently suffered from high fever and general discomfort and was rushed to hospital for treatment. After examination, it was found that he was suspected of having a viral infection. He was hospitalized for 5 days before he was out of danger. He lamented that the virus was so powerful that he almost lost his life. News headline: Shinozaki Hyunji and Toys are rumored to be having an affair. Big belly appearance exposed, shouting, "I finally have my own baby." Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment Headlines. News highlights: Shinozaki Hyun was involved in a scandal last month, and then released a photo of her baby belly, announcing that she finally has a baby of her own. But the truth is that she underwent egg freezing surgery. In the video, she revealed the truth and said, "It's just my eggs. Baby." When she was 30 years old, in order to protect her future, she decided to undergo egg freezing surgery and shared the entire process. Netizens praised her for her bravery, and Hyun Shinozaki encouraged women to implement it if they have such an idea. News headline: Soda Green Hong Kong tour Ching Feng suddenly goes berserk. He scolded the bastard fan, "I hope you can't sing anymore." Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: TVBS Entertainment Headlines. News highlights: During Soda Green's 20th anniversary tour in Hong Kong, Ching Feng angrily criticized fans for harassing them and expressed his cherishment for his sincere fans, but accused a certain Saseng of not being allowed to see him again. The band sang a new song, You Don't Need to Be Perfect, emphasizing that people don't need to be perfect and expressing their gratitude for their sincere support over the past 20 years. After a contract dispute, the six of them worked together, but unexpectedly the illegitimate meal episode unexpectedly became the focus. News headline, No 3M rates in 2017. K Wen's wants Zhang Wanan to face the Tai's Higuang case honestly, Chen Chongwen is just a meat dumpling head. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Liao Daily. News highlights, K Wen's questioned the compilation of transmission fees for Taiwan's Higuang police monitors, accused Chang Wanan of setting a rate of 550 million, which is the same as his own rate of 460 million, and accused the consortium of colluding with the parliament. The Chang city government responded by pointing out that there was no 3M rate in 2017, and K Wen's emphasized the parent contract termination of the contract requires facing legal and subsequent takeover issues, and criticism of political lies. People's Party legislator Huang Shanshan pointed out that the data showed that the rate review was untrue and that the Chang city government should face the problem honestly and mislead the public. News headline, It is suggested that bakeries adopt time-based electricity pricing to save money. The Ministry of Economic Affairs was bombarded by the internet. Do you want to bake bread in the middle of the night? Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Liao Daily. News highlights, the Ministry of Economic Affairs map used chain bakeries to illustrate the impact of rising electricity prices, triggering ridicule from netizens. Although it is recommended that bakeries switch to time-based electricity prices to save money, the practicality has been questioned. Let employees work overtime to bake bread in the middle of the night. Netizens are worried that this move may affect the work-life balance, and the comments have mixed reactions. News headline, I finally waited for you in 29 years. Dome hunting free to watch games in the first year, the league urges people to change quickly. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Liao Daily. News highlights, in 1995, the Dome Hunting Nest event issued 100 Dome first-year VIP passes for fans to watch the regular season of the secondary school for free. Now that the Dome is completed, the Alliance Response Voucher is valid and open for redemption. It adopts a real name system and can only be used by the person. Fans can attend the thank you ceremony at the opening game on March 30th. President Cai Kikang will give a small commemorative gift to express his gratitude for the long-term support. He hopes to attract more fans to attend the game in the future and cheer for China Vocational School together. News title, 00939 has nearly 290,000 beneficiaries, ranking 5th among high-interest ETFs. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Liao Daily. News highlights. The Yuantad Taiwan High Yield Momentum ETF, 00939, has only been listed for 1 week, and its scale has reached 58.6 billion yuan, surpassing the Yuantad Taiwan High Interest and Low Volatility ETF, 00713, and becoming the 5th largest high dividend ETF in the country. The number of beneficiaries is nearly 290,000, ranking 5th, showing the enthusiastic participation of retail investors. Despite the decline in stock prices, the legal person believes that the long-term investment value will not be affected and is optimistic about the future market fundamentals and corporate profit recovery. News headline, Electricity bills are going up. He wants to change to a variable frequency window air conditioner. Netizen sighs, it's not suitable for people who sleep lightly. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Liao Daily. News highlights, many netizens discuss the shortcomings of window-type inverter air conditioners, mainly focusing on noise, thinking that window-type air conditioners are noisier when operating. However, some people also mentioned the advantages of window air conditioners such as being quick to install and easy to clean. Personal preference and room environment can influence choice. News headline, Beishaitan mother returns. 180,000 believers walk 300 kilometers, creating more than 900 million business opportunities. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, China Television News. News highlights, Mazu's incense procession in Beishaitan was an unprecedented event today. Worshippers crowded the path in front of the temple as they returned to the palace to sit down. The gongs, drums, and firecrackers were noisy to welcome Mazu back to the palace. This year's pilgrimage route was full of surprises, with a record number of people and business opportunities of up to 900 million yuan. But what was even more touching was that Mazu stopped at a military camp for the first time in history to bless the sick and people in need, showing full love and compassion. This rich emotional community transcends matter and distance, allowing believers to deeply feel the connection between humans and God. News headline, Kaohsiung's first Potato Roasted Pasta Awards Top 10 Rankings released. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, China Television News. News highlights, Kaohsiung City held its first Guo Xiao Pasta Awards. 100,000 people voted to select the top 20 restaurants. This morning, the top 10 restaurants were selected. The most popular restaurant was won by Jiandao Guo Xiao in Zhouying District. The soup is rich and thick, which is loved by taste testers. The selection is based on criteria such as soup, noodle texture, and creativity, and is jointly judged by 50 food tasters, the tourism director and the chef. There are 5 restaurants with the best appearance, including Eat Porridge and Pot Shake every day, and 5 restaurants with delicious food, including Eat Porridge and Hot Pot Shake. This event aims to promote Kaohsiung's hot pot culture, increase its visibility and popularity, and create Kaohsiung's unique food scene. News headline: Uber trip recording function launched on March 27, adding peace of mind to drivers and passengers. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Television News. News highlights: Uber today announced the launch of a new trip recording function emphasizing safety and privacy protection, and improving the safety experience of passengers and professional drivers. The recording feature can be activated during a trip and reviewed by the security team if necessary. Users are required to abide by local regulations and Uber guidelines, and can decide whether to share recordings at their own discretion. In the future, a driving recorder registration function for professional driving will be launched to further strengthen safety. The move is part of Uber's ongoing efforts to achieve its vision of zero casualties. News headline: Fans, collect now. Tao Ji Ting Yuan joint ticket goes on sale on the 29th, 3 stars appear on the one-day ticket. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Television News. News highlights: Deji Company and Lottie Dawen have cooperated to launch the 2024 Deji Ting Yuan coupon ticket, which will be sold at Jija Station and Family Mart Fami Port starting from the 29th, providing a variety of package options. The ticket types include the JRT station sale version and the Family Mart Fami Port online reserved version, both of which include a one-day ticket for the airport MRT line and a redemption voucher for the Lottie to Manhome infield ticket. The price is great value. The ticket features the star player, showing the sincerity of the campaign, which is in line with this year's team slogan Breakthrough. During the event, Deji will provide convenient transportation services to facilitate fans to go to the stadium to watch the game. News headline: Xiao Maiken returns to Taiwan. My beloved cat is protesting after not being home for a long time. The internet is complaining, no pictures and no truth. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: FTV News. News highlights: Xiao Maiken recently returned to Taiwan after a low-key visit to the United States and Europe. She complained that the domestic cat liked to sit where she watched the stalls, as if in protest. Legislator Wu Saiyao understood that cats like to stick to their owners. Netizens believed that the cat wanted to ensure that she returned home safely. They laughed and said that the cat is not allowed to read official documents. Look at me first, and asked Xiao Maiken to provide evidence photos. This relaxed interaction reflects Xiao Maiken's image and sense of humor in the minds of the people. News headline: The United States and the United Kingdom take action to sanction the Cyber Attack Control Organization AP 31. The Ministry of National Security of China is behind it. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: FTV News. News highlights: The United States and the United Kingdom simultaneously announced sanctions on 2 individuals and a company related to China. The U.S. Department of Justice also indicted 7 hackers related to the Chinese government, accusing them of launching malicious cyber attacks against U.S. and British officials, academia, and companies. British Deputy Prime Minister Dow Jones said that the sanctions were in response to China's malicious behavior, accusing the APT31 organization of conducting cyber attacks against the British Parliament and the Electoral Committee. In addition, New Zealand also claimed to have been attacked by Chinese hacker groups. The sanctions and accusations against China by the United States, the United Kingdom, New Zealand, and other countries show their serious attitude towards cybersecurity issues and have aroused international attention and reaction. News headline: The last general inquiry. Green Committee sends flowers to thank Chen Kui, continue to become a warmer and more resilient country. Release time: March 26, 2024. Information reference: FTV News. News highlights: The last policy inquiry of the first session of the 11th Legislative Yuan came to an end. Executive President Chen Jianren expressed his gratitude to the Legislative Yuan for its valuable suggestions and corrections, and expressed his sincere gratitude to all legislators. He emphasized that democratic Taiwan continues to progress and will continue to work with the Legislative Yuan to build a warmer, more resilient, and more prosperous country. Before that, the Green Camp legislator sent a bouquet of flowers to express his gratitude. Chen Jianren expressed his gratitude to all the people and members and congratulated the elected members. He promised that the Executive Yuan would continue to work hard to accelerate the promotion of various important policies and facilities, and called on the Legislative Yuan to give priority to reviewing relevant bills. Finally, he once again thanked his colleagues in the Legislative Yuan and the media for their hard work, and wished everyone good physical and mental health, peace, and joy. News headline: Yu Zhenghuang requested the disclosure of the investigation results of the Shuelong case. National Taiwan University cannot disclose the reason. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Times News Network. News highlight: in response to lawyer Yu Zhenghuang's request to disclose the investigation results of Lin Hejian's paper plagiarism case, National Taiwan University stated that it will keep it confidential in accordance with the law and will not disclose the Shuelong case review information. Yu Zhenghuang once again spoke out through his lawyer, expressing his willingness to disclose relevant information to prove his innocence, and called on National Taiwan University to make the investigation results public so that those who are innocent can clear themselves and reduce the waste of social resources. National Taiwan University insists that it maintains confidentiality in accordance with legal provisions and must not disclose academic ethics case review materials, and follows the principles of academic ethics. This response means that Lin Hejian's case is still pending, and calls from all parties for the results of the investigation to be made public continue. News headline: Is it rumored that the Ma-Xi second meeting will appear in Beijing on April 8? Ma Ban responded. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Times News Network. News highlights: former President Ma Ying-jeou will visit the mainland for 11 days starting from April 1, and plans to visit Guangdong, Shaanxi, and Beijing for cross-strait exchanges. The outside world is paying attention to whether there will be a second meeting between Ma and Xi during this trip. The Madam Office stated that Ma Ying-jeou hopes to meet with old friend Chinese leader Xi Jinping. The Taiwan Affairs Office of the State Council also welcomed this. Although there is news that the Malaysia-Xi second meeting will be held in Beijing on April 8, the Maternity Office has not confirmed it, saying that the itinerary is still being arranged. It is reported that Ma will visit Guangzhou, Huanghuagong, Xi'an, and Beijing and other places. The itinerary includes commemorative activities, academic exchanges, and cultural visits. The Madam Office emphasized that it respects the arrangements made by the Chinese side, and it has not yet been determined whether to meet with Xi Jinping. News headline: Wang Xiaofei admitted defeat for the first time, lamenting that she was no match for Big S, I can't beat her. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: China Times News Network. News highlights: after Wang Xiaofei and Big S ended their 10-year marriage, their disputes have resumed recently. Wang once went straight to Big S's house and warned him to report Big S's drug abuse. Recently, he wailed in a live broadcast after being drunk, saying that he could not cope with it, and complained about Big S. Big S accused Wang of cheating during their marriage, and even revealed that Wang had assaulted her and little S. Wang denied it. The dispute escalated and Wang was concerned by the police. Wang claimed that he wanted to report Big S, but left before completing the reporting process. He later posted on social media that he was helpless and that it was difficult to confront Big S. He also said that he would stay away from the battlefield for the time being and return to work in Beijing. News headline: Another case broke out. 3 people felt unwell after eating po lam tea house kuehtiao and a 10-year-old boy vomited and sought medical treatment. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: TVBS News. News highlights: a suspected food poisoning incident broke out at Bailin Tea House Xinye 13 in Taipei. 2 diners developed symptoms and 1 of them died. 5 others, including a 10-year-old child, also developed similar symptoms and required medical treatment. The Taipei City Health Bureau confirmed that it received the notification, but it was not reported by the hospital, but by the family members in the form of a petition. 3 out of 5 people developed gastrointestinal discomfort, and the symptoms were severe in children. The test results have not yet been released, and the Health Bureau continues to investigate. If the same pathogenic bacteria is detected in the samples, it will be determined as a case of food poisoning. News headline: Legislators' favorability ratings released. He defeated everyone and won the championship. Fu Kunkai squeezed into the top 10. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: TVBS News. News highlights: during the more than 1 month of attack and defense of the new Congress, Fu Kunkai gained widespread attention and successfully promoted important policies, becoming one of the most vocal legislators. Secondly, the activities of legislators such as Huang Ji, Ke Jianming, Wang Dingyu, and Wu Saiyao on different issues have also attracted attention. However, Hang Yu has become the most vocal legislator because of his style of serving as the legislative president and presiding over deliberations. Although he has a high favorability, he has recently been questioned about the confiscation of the legislators' questioning rights, which has caused controversy. Overall, the legislators in Congress are fiercely contested and dynamic, and their online voices reflect their performance on the political stage. News headline: Repeat the drinking incident. Han Kuyu gave tea to help relieve coughs. Wang Shijian laughed, people in the world have to pay back sooner or later. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference, TVBS News. News highlights, DPP legislator Wang Shijian asked Legislative President Han Kuo-yu for water due to a persistent cough during questioning today, triggering memories of the dispute between the two in Parliament in 2016. In an interview, Wang Shijian said with a smile that this incident verified that people in the world have to pay back sooner or later. Han Kuo-yu's response this time was appropriate. Wang Shijian emphasized that regulations should be followed, no favors should be owed, and the remaining time should be returned to Han Kuo-yu. As for Han's performance, he said that Han Kuo-yu has been in line with public expectations since he became the legislative yuan, and he hopes he can continue to play his role. News headline, he was squeezed out of alimony and threatened to destroy the company. LU Technology boss collapses and commits suicide, blood-sucking ex-wife pleads guilty. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, TVBS News. News highlights, in September 2017, WePhone founder Su Xiongmao committed suicide and left a suicide note accusing his ex-wife Xi Xingxin of blackmail. The Su family filed a lawsuit against Xi, demanding the return of their property. The Beijing court ruled in the first instance that Xi should return 6.6 million yuan and some properties. Xi was arrested for extortion and admitted the crime or faced more than 10 years in prison. The case has not yet gone to trial and may lead to criminal prosecution. News headline, Trump has 3 happy birthdays. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Zhuheng.com. News highlights, on March 25, 2022, Trump avoided paying more than $400 million in fines and won a double championship at the golf club. At the same time, his net worth reached $6.5 billion, making him one of the 500 richest people in the world. However, the hush money lawsuit will be heard on April 15. He may face criminal charges such as falsifying business records and concealing payments, becoming the first former U.S. president to be tried for this. This series of events highlights his plight and struggles. News headline, Wedbush, Apple expected to double down on China market and retain most iPhone production. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Zhuheng.com. News highlights, Wedbush Securities said Apple may double down on investment in the Chinese smartphone market to overcome the challenges of declining sales and fierce competition. Apple CEO Tim Cook's latest trip to China, where he expressed his commitment to business in China, was seen as a sign of this move. Despite pressure from rivals such as Huawei, Apple has kept most of its production and supply chain in China and plans to increase long-term investment. For Apple, the Chinese market is crucial, and China also needs Apple. News headline, Apple chips have a big problem. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Zhuheng.com. News highlights, Apple's M-series chips have once again exposed serious security vulnerabilities. This vulnerability can steal keys without root permissions, posing a great threat. The vulnerability stems from the microarchitecture of the chip design, making it difficult to repair and can only be mitigated by reducing CPU performance. Apple chips have encountered vulnerability issues many times before, similar to Intel's downfall vulnerability, and repairs will also be accompanied by performance losses. Users need to weigh the balance between security and performance and wait for Apple to come up with better solutions to the vulnerabilities. News headline, the Evergrande whistleblower was punished. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Zhuheng.com. News highlights, 12 years ago, the organization Citron warned Evergrande of a thunderstorm, but was questioned by investment banks for lack of common sense and was told false information by Evergrande. Finally, the Hong Kong court ruled that it was not allowed to enter the Hong Kong market and was fined 1.6 million. PricewaterhouseCoopers has audited Evergrande for 14 consecutive years, but failed to detect financial fraud of more than 560 billion yuan, raising questions. Citron model audited public information and pointed out a number of anomalies, such as Evergrande's asset growth rate and land acquisition costs, which were ultimately proven accurate. PricewaterhouseCoopers and other auditors should explain the extent of their involvement and failures. News headline, Qualcomm, Google, and other technology giants have joined forces to break the dominance of CUDA in the AI ecosystem. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Zhuheng.com. News highlights, Qualcomm, Google, Intel, and other technology giants are joining forces to create an open-source AI software and hardware ecosystem to challenge CUDA's dominance in the AI field. The project aims to support a variety of chips so that program code can run on any hardware, improve development efficiency and increase hardware choices. The UXL Foundation will promote this open-source project and seek support from other companies. CUDA said that new accelerated computing ideas will promote the development of artificial intelligence and computing. News headline, an epic short squeeze is taking place. Bitcoin returns to $70,000 mark. Release time, March 26, 2024. Data reference, Zhuheng.com. News highlights. Last week's outflows from US Bitcoin ETFs did not undermine market confidence, with Bitcoin climbing above $70,000 again. While the ETF saw nearly $900 million in outflows, there was still significant buying volume, indicating that the market was supported by strong buying at the lows. Goldman Sachs has observed the liquidation of short positions in the futures market and predicts another wave of short squeezes. U.S. regulatory authorities approved a spot Bitcoin ETF to stimulate market vitality and attract more institutional investors to participate, showing continued interest in the cryptocurrency market. News headline: Chinese and American giants are taking turns to be eliminated, and a technological storm is sweeping across the country. Is the spring of humanoid robots coming? Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Zhuheng.com. News highlights. The commercialization of humanoid robots faces the dual challenges of reducing costs and finding large-scale application scenarios. In terms of cost reduction, domestic substitution and software and hardware equipment upgrades are key. In terms of hardware equipment, humanoid robot manufacturers are actively looking for domestic alternatives, such as servo drives and reducers. In terms of software equipment, the upgrade of AI technology can reduce the performance requirements for hardware. These measures will help reduce production costs and make humanoid robots more competitive. At the same time, it is also crucial to find large-scale application scenarios. Only when market demand increases can production costs be further reduced, forming a virtuous cycle. News headline: Li Xiaohen still doesn't regret letting Zhang Yuhua enter politics, considering March 18 a democratic civil war. Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Vision Magazine. News highlights. Mrs. Zhang Yuhua and historian Li Xiaohen published a new book reviewing the impact of Zhang Yuhua's political career on the family. The book reveals that Zhang Yuhua once opposed publication, but eventually compromised. Li Xiaohen hopes to share this special experience and discuss the impact of events such as the Sunflower Student Movement on Taiwan. She believes that all sports are confrontations between people, and there is no absolute good or bad. The book also mentions Zhang Yuhua's political achievements, such as the reform of the disaster prevention system. Despite going through turbulent times, Li Xiaohen does not regret supporting her husband in joining politics and believes that this experience has added color to her life. News headline: Juice hit a little golden rooster is on the market. Why did Zhongfuc rise by 30% at the opening? Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Vision Magazine. News highlights. The key to the successful transformation of Zhongfuc, 3168, is to keenly capture the changes in market demand and shift from consumer panel products to outdoor weather-resistant displays. In the face of fierce competition, they boldly made transformation decisions, invested heavily in research and development and established a thickness resistance laboratory to ensure product quality. Thanks to Kista's support, Zhongfuc has further developed system integration, expanded into fields such as medical displays, and made full use of the group's manufacturing capabilities. Looking to the future, they are optimistic about the growth of the marine and special vehicle markets, and hope to become a global leader in the design and manufacturing of outdoor smart instruments. News headline: YouTube seizes online courses, and Tang Feng teaches AI in the first wave. What's so great about it? Release time: March 26, 2024. Data reference: Vision Magazine. News highlights. YouTube has entered Taiwan's online course market, leveraging its global platform and broad reach to promote local courses to a wider audience. The first wave of courses included Digital Minister Tang Feng, who emphasized the importance and application of AI. This is potential competition for Taiwan's established platforms, but it also provides more publicity and business opportunities. YouTube's business model is similar to that of general video creation, using sponsorship, advertising, and other sources. Existing platforms may face challenges, but joining YouTube can also expand the market and share growth opportunities.